Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well today. So, today we are going to understand what is a fable. And I'm sure you might be listening or reading to fable since years together now. But learning in depth about them will help you understand what they are and how you yourself can write a fable. So, fables are like an interesting story with a lesson or a moral. What is a fable? A fable is a short and a fun story that teaches a lesson. It usually has talking animals or things that act like people. The main goal of a fable is to help us learn something important in a simple and interesting way. So, fables you'll find mostly in children's stories, where also as well as your English textbook, where they are short and fun stories and they usually have a moral, and it tries to teach you important things, good values in a very fun way. So what is the structure of a fable? Introduction: the character and settings are introduced. Conflict: the problem or the challenge the character face. And the resolution: the problem is solved and the lesson is learned. Just like how we structure a story into a beginning, middle and end, where in the beginning we introduce the character, the setting, okay, we try to build on, and later in the middle we read about a conflict or a problem that has occurred, or a conflict that a character is facing, some kind of problem, okay. And the last part, the ending, is usually a resolution, a solution to the conflict, and how it is solved, and a lesson that we learn from the entire story. Features of a fable: they are short and simple, so they are very quick to read and easy to understand, as well as they are fun. In a fun way, they tell you a story. And as I mentioned earlier, each fable teaches you a lesson. They have talking animals or objects, and they are the main characters. So it's, of course, a fiction thing where animals talk and they interact with each other, and that's how the story unfolds. And it teaches us values. Fables often show what's good or bad, and they are like teaching you a life lesson, but in a very subtle and in a fun way. And I'm sure growing up, you must have read a lot of fables, of course, not knowing, or maybe you knew it, that they are called as fables. And we have learned a lot of moral lessons, and they have taught us good things, bad things, and how to behave in a certain way through various different fables. So, the history of fables. Fables have been told for thousands of years, with the most famous ones written by Aesop, a storyteller from ancient Greece, and his fables continue to be read today. So, when you visit a library, do search for books written by Aesop. They are famous fables in them, and a lot of short stories which you can enjoy, at the same time learn about different values and lessons. Characteristics of a fable. So, a moral lesson: each fable teaches us something. Fictional characters like animals or objects, those act like human, just like one you can see in a picture, like an animal dressed up as a human, and have characters and dialogues like human. Personification: giving animals human like qualities. We have also learned about different figures of speech, where personification was one of them. So, personification is when certain qualities, human like qualities, are given to a non living being or an animal, where they have dialogues like humans, they behave or they express themselves like humans. They have fables mostly have universal themes, that is, Fables teaches lessons which everyone can learn from. So they are not just for the kids or for the children or for the younger generation, but they are lessons for adults as well. So they are such kind of lessons, such kind of thought-provoking morals where a younger kid or a younger child as well as an adult can learn something from those stories. So they have universal themes. Famous fable example, The Lion and the Mouse. I'm sure everyone have read this uh, growing up. The story that shows kindness even from the smallest is valuable. The tortoise and the hare, the hare and the tortoise. Or however you must have read it, it teaches that slow and steady wins the race. So these kind of stories that we have read in the past when we were young, these are fables which have taught us good values during that time, and we still, carry that along with us. So now it's your turn to, go to the library, or if you have books at home, try to find out different kinds of fables, or how they relate to your life, how or what kind of lessons they give you, and whether these lessons are, suitable for children or for adults, and what kind of themes these fables have. Thank you.